Hello everyone, Mr. Happy here, and welcome to my guide to the Great Gubal Library, the final pre-60 dungeon in Heavensward. You will unlock this via the main story at level 59 in the Dravanian hinterlands, and it rewards item level 148 gear. This dungeon consists of 3 boss fights. To skip to a specific boss, please use the annotations in the top left hand of the video. The first set of trash consists of some mobs coming out and surprising you on occasion, but it's mostly only 3 or 4 mobs at a time, so just take these pulls one at a time. Eventually you'll come to a Merilith, which summons a bunch of weak, sentient tomes. Just AoE them down, kill the Merilith, and move on to the first boss, the Demon Tome. Demon Tome has a lot of familiar attacks to the Demon Wall from Amtapor Keep. Don't worry, you can't fall off here. And there aren't any bees. He will do alternating line AoEs in front of him, as well as a circle AoE that he aims at the party. He can also use Repel to knock everyone back. Again, you can't fall off, so don't worry. His main mechanic is Disclosure. When he starts casting this, he will close his book, opening up paths to get behind him. Be sure to get behind him before he finishes casting Disclosure, or you did. He'll spin around and knock everyone back before continuing his AoEs. Eventually, he'll use Words of Winter, which causes any movement to make you slide in your chosen direction uncontrollably, similar to the ice in Shiva hard mode. When he uses this in conjunction with Disclosure, just slide behind him and you'll be okay. Easy boss, easy life. Moving on. The second set of trash is pretty annoying here. There are lots of gremlin mobs that cast Misery on party members, increasing the damage that they take. Remember that you can use /comfort on a Misery target to remove the debuff, although you have to be pretty close to them for it to work. There are also tons of page 64 mobs, which will tether to a target and shoot a line AoE in their direction constantly. Just have the tethered player face it away while you kill it. Other than that, just kill everything else in your path and move on to the second boss, Biblos. Biblos is also a pretty straightforward boss. He has a cleave attack, a tail attack, and a charge attack at a random party member that deals damage and knocks you back. At 70%, Biblos will jump to the center book and become invulnerable while constantly hitting the party with a room-wide AoE that increases their damage taken. He also summons 2 page 64s to shoot line AoEs at people. Upon killing a page 64, they will summon an energy orb that tethers to a player and follows them. Your goal is to hit Biblos with these energy orbs to knock him off his book so you can keep damaging him. That's the entire fight. The second half of the fight, he also summons gas clouds that can intercept the energy orbs, but just kite the orb around them and do the same thing, and you'll be fine. The final bit of trash for the dungeon has some different enemy types. One of them summons books with void monsters inside, but at this point, if any of this stuff surprises you, I'll have to wonder if you were awake for the first 58 levels of the game. The only annoying thing is the Scatines, which can cast silence on your healer, so take care of this. Grab the final treasure coffers to the west of the last room before moving on to the final boss, the ever-living Bibliotaph. Bibliotaph has 2 very simple mechanics other than dodging AoEs that he uses. For these mechanics, it's best to just keep him in the center of the room and take note of the 6 platforms located around the outer edges of the arena, as you'll need to run to them a few times during the fight. When you get a marker over your head, it will drop a pulsing orb on you after a few seconds. Just run this marker between the circles along the outside so they aren't in your way, and dodge them as you run around the room for this next mechanic. At about 75, 50, and 25%, give or take a few percentages, the boss will run to the center of the room and channel Void Call. At the same time, those platforms around the room will light up with anywhere from 1 to 3 glyphs. For each glyph that is lit, you need that many people to stand on it simultaneously to turn it off. So at the 75% mark, everyone just needs to run around and touch each platform once, since it's only going to have 1 glyph. At 50%, it's going to be 4 platforms with 2 glyphs each, so you need to split up into 2 groups of 2 to take care of them all in time. And at 25%, it's going to be 2 circles with 3 glyphs each, so you just need to make sure that everyone runs to each glyph to ensure that at least 3 people are going to be there at some point. It can be pretty funny watching people just start running around or standing in the middle waiting for other people to move around, but that's all you have to do to make this fight easy. If you don't turn off the glyphs, the boss summons an annoying ad, so just avoid letting that happen and bam, you win. I recommend farming this dungeon quite a bit for both item level 148 stuff to help at level 60, and also to help you level to 60 from 59. It's a long way from 59 to 60. Thanks for watching, be sure to like, favorite, subscribe, and share, and I will see you all next time. Take care.